All right, so today we are going to do a deep dive into what was, I think, a really thrilling conclusion to the 2026 Australian Open. We're zooming in on the women's singles final.
Yeah, and the script just got completely flipped in Melbourne.
It really did. We have a ton of Mac reports here, and our mission is basically to figure out how that happened.
Well, you had Elena Rybakina, the world no. 5, facing the absolute juggernaut world #1 Arena Sabalenka.
And just to set the stage for you listening, this wasn't just some random match. It was a literal rematch of the 2023 final.
Same court, same players.
Right. And Sabalenka won that one pretty convincingly. But this time around, it's Rybakina walking away with her first Australian Open title, her second Grand Slam overall.
Exactly. And when you look at the data, this wasn't just about, revenge. It was a complete shift in mental resilience.
Okay, let's unpack that. Because on paper, the scoreline 6-4, 4-6, 6-4, it looks tight, sure. But the numbers kind of hide the real drama, especially in that third set, don't they?
They absolutely do. The defining moment, I think, was right at the start of the decider. Sabalenka comes out just firing and surges to a 3-0 lead.
Wow.
Now, normally, against a power hitter like her, being down 3-0 in the final set is, well, it's basically a death sentence.
Right, because she's a front runner. Once she gets momentum, she just steamrolls people. So Rybakina is staring down the barrel, 0-3. Most players would be thinking about their flight home. So how did she stop that? Was it just Sabalenka suddenly making errors, or did Rybakina actively do something different?
And that is the key distinction. This wasn't a Sabalenka meltdown. It was a Rybakina adjustment. She stopped playing safe.
Okay.
She broke back twice, not by waiting for misses, but by upping her own aggression. She basically refused to let the scoreboard dictate how she played.
Which is incredibly hard to do when your back is that far against the wall.
It is. And, we have to mention the bigger picture for Sabalenka here. Even with this loss, she's now reached 4 straight Australian Open finals.
4?
4. She's the first woman to do that since Martina Hingis.
That's actually a really important piece of context. It's so easy to focus on just the loss, but that stat proves she is, without a doubt, the most consistent hardcourt player in the world.
Exactly. She's elite. But in this specific match, Rybakina found a tactical edge that just neutralized all that dominance.
Okay, so let's talk about that edge. Beyond just mental toughness, what was actually happening on the court? What was Rybakina doing to dismantle the world #1?
Well, it all came down to the serve and the return. We all know Rybakina has a massive serve. That's a given. But the real game changer was how she treated Sabalenka's second serve.
Right. Break that down for us. Why is attacking the second serve so critical here?
So when a player misses their first serve, the second one is almost always slower, safer, to avoid the double fault. Rybakina started stepping way inside the baseline to hit those returns.
So she's taking away Sabalenka's reaction time.
Precisely. By stepping in, you rush your opponent. You disrupt their rhythm and force a little bit of panic. Rybakina wasn't just putting the ball in play. She was starting the point on offense, even on the return.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. It puts all the pressure back on the server. And this win, it feels really significant for Rybakina's reputation, too. We knew she was a beast on grass after winning Wimbledon in 22. Does this kill that narrative that she's just a surface specialist?
Oh, 100%. This cements her as a true all-court threat. Winning on the fast hard courts in Melbourne, it's a totally different game than grass. She's proven she can adapt.
So zooming out a little, what does this result tell us about the state of the WTA Tour right now? Because it feels like the gap between, say, the top 5 players is just non-existent.
That is the big takeaway, isn't it? The parity at the very top is extreme. You have Sabalenka at #1, sure, but the margins are razor thin. A ranking doesn't protect you in a Grand Slam final.
And it does highlight maybe a tiny crack in Sabalenka's armor. I mean, she had the 3-0 lead, she had all the power, but she just couldn't shut the door.
It does. And she is a fighter. She battled back to win that second set. But those little lapses in concentration at key moments, they're just so expensive when you're playing someone as ice cold as Rybakina.
So in the end, Rybakina takes the trophy. A win for tactical aggression and staying calm over just raw momentum.
A triumph of composure over power, for sure.
So here's a thought to leave you with. We just saw a player come back from a 3-0 deficit in the final set against the best player in the world. And it kind of makes you wonder, in modern tennis, have we officially entered an era where mental fortitude has become a more valuable currency than ranking points? Something to chew on. Thanks for diving in with us.